Manhattan Beach, a beautiful beach town with picture-perfect homes, an iconic pier, and endless sunshine. Sounds like paradise, right? Well, not so fast. Living here is a very specific lifestyle, and it is definitely not for everyone. In the next few minutes, I'm breaking down the real Manhattan Beach. The schools, the vibe, what it costs, what there is to do when you're not at the beach, and a few pain points that locals rarely admit. If you're thinking about calling Manhattan Beach home, watch to the end so you can decide if the Pearl of the South Bay fits your life or just looks good on Instagram. So what to know? It's a very high performance community, not just a vacation spot. Manhattan Beach is not your average community. Most residents are very high achieving professionals, entrepreneurs, or retirees with wealth. People here are not complacent. Sunrise workouts on the Strand, surf sessions before 8 a.m., and PTA meetings that feel like board presentations are the norm. And don't get me started on the youth sports parents. The upside: clean streets, vigilant city services, and neighbors who watch out for each other. The downside: if you're looking for laid-back, flip-flop living 24/7, this might not be your vibe. Now, schools are elite and intensely competitive. Manhattan Beach Unified School District consistently ranks in California's top 10. All the elementaries score in the 90th percentile. Miracosta High AP participation tops 70%, and the surf team wins state almost every year. It's amazing, yes, but also expect high pressure for Parent Education Fund financial participation, overflow wait lists, nightly homework marathons, and college talk starting in the 6th grade. Some families move here for this academic pressure cooker, but families who prefer a lighter touch sometimes transfer out to neighboring districts. And by the way, neighboring Redondo Beach also has very high ranking schools without quite as much pressure. I have a video where I compare the two neighborhoods, so you definitely want to check that out. Real estate: it's beautiful and brutal. The median price for a single family is above $3 million in 2025. An entry-level townhome can go for over $1.6 million. Typical property tax can be between $37,000 to $45,000 a year. Now, rent for a 3-bedroom bungalow west of Sepulveda can rent for upwards of $10,000 a month. Inventory right now hovers around 1 month of supply, so bidding wars in 2025 are less frequent, but still happen. Now, even remodel permits can run high. Coastal zone codes can add time and cost, which means you need deep pockets and local guidance. But if you secure the right address, whether it be the tree section for families or the sand section for surfers, the hill section for spectacular ocean view estates, you're buying into some of the strongest long-term appreciation in LA County. I have a video breaking down all the different neighborhoods here, and you definitely want to check that out. And for cost of living, it definitely goes beyond housing. If you want to live here, it's important to know $7 to $8 lattes are normal, and dinner for two at a pierfront restaurant can hit $250 with wine. Groceries run about 12% higher than the national average. Premium stores like Bristol Farms push that gap even wider, and as of this week, Manhattan Beach got its very own Erewhon, which, if you know, you know. Monthly utilities land around $450 for a modest home. You'll also spend a lot on parking. Meters in downtown Manhattan are pricey, and so are the tickets. Bottom line, the scenery is gorgeous, but the bill reflects it. If you're stretching to buy here, budget carefully for day-to-day life, not just the mortgage. So now on to things to do beyond the beach. There's a huge fitness scene here. Beach volleyball and surfing and tons of pickleball. For family fun, you have free science days at the Roundhouse Aquarium, summer concerts at Pollywog Park, you have the Halloween pumpkin races down Manhattan Avenue, and then of course there are the annual events that include the Manhattan Beach Hometown Fair, which is a hugely popular event in October, something all the residents really look forward to, and it is always such a lovely event. There's also the winter holiday fireworks over the pier in December. There's an international surf festival, the Manhattan Beach Volleyball Open every summer, and I should also include Fiesta Hermosa, which takes place in neighboring Hermosa Beach. As for dining and nightlife, Manhattan Beach has an amazing food scene with a few Michelin recommended restaurants like Fishing with Dynamite and MB Post, to name a few. You can get craft cocktails with spectacular ocean views at the Strand House or listen to live jazz at Shade Hotel's Zinc Bar. It is such a fun place to live and play. There's also no lack of shopping here. For retail therapy, you have plenty of high-end boutiques in Metlocks and downtown Manhattan, plus the fully revamped Manhattan Village Mall. In short, you'll likely never be bored, but note that nightlife winds down around midnight. The serious partiers and bar crawlers usually Uber over to Hermosa. Now, what to know about the vibe? It's polished, eco-minded, and hyperactive. Expect neighbors who compost and carry hydro flasks and lobby City Hall for single-use plastic bans. Dog culture is big, but it's important to know the leash laws and you can't actually have the pups on the sand. Always expect to see really polished Lululemon, no makeup moms at drop-off. So if you prefer a slower coastal vibe with dive bars and cheap tacos, you might want to look south to Redondo or north to El Porto. Now let's get into the pain points you shouldn't ignore. Number one is, of course, the marine layer mornings. May gray and June gloom can linger till noon or later, keeping temps in the 60s even in the summer. Parking tightness. Many walk street homes lack garages and street parking is cutthroat on sunny weekends. Of course, there's no lack of traffic. Sepulveda and the 405 get super congested. School drop-off zones can put you in gridlock, and some of the neighborhoods have really tight, narrow streets that make it difficult for two cars to pass at once. And in general, this is a beach town with a scarcity of space. Backyards are pocket-sized, especially in the sand section. If you need grass, you'll want to look in the tree section or the hill section or east near the high school or Liberty Village. But with all its quirks, it's still an amazing place to live. So whether you're still excited about Manhattan Beach or maybe you're realizing you want a different South Bay fit, I am here to guide you. I've helped dozens of families and professionals into and sometimes out of Manhattan Beach and the surrounding areas, and you can count on me to be honest to a fault about whether or not this is a fit for your goals. The easiest way to get a hold of me is to call, text, or email, or book yourself onto my calendar at the link in the description. Now drop your biggest question below and I'll be sure to respond. Hit the like if you learned something new, and subscribe for weekly deep dives into every corner of the South Bay real estate scene. And I'll see you on the next one.